Like, this is the year.
To see the excitement of the community and the teams.
You're a god. You're making them money.
Anything that is damaging to the community.
Okay, but wait a second.
But one red candle.
I could see his mood just like dropped.
No one speaks about the psychology of these influencers.
Is there going to be a long 2-3 year bear market?
It's like the community start to blame the hosts.
He made the mistake of going and scrolling through the comments.
I'm thinking, geez, is someone going to attack me one day?
What we have to do before the show to get views. This is the ritual.
Is it a ritual?
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise we're not going to get any views. Maybe do this because I want views.
In February, I was in Dubai and we had that massive Trump tariff announcement. And I realized then that there's a very big chance that this bull market's actually over for a while. Now, is there going to be a long 2-3 year bear market? No. But I did realize at the peak froth of memes, and when Trump launched the token and Melania launched the token, I realized that we were at some kind of market top.
Days before his return to the White House, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump each launched their own cryptocurrency coin.
And so ever since then, as much as it's been the unpopular view, I've kept saying, you know, there's a 25 to 50% chance, a 25 to 40% chance that this bull market's actually over. Didn't realize it would get this brutal though.
Blood has been on the streets lately.
It can be very fucking scary.
And everything's in the because of it.
I don't even want to talk about crypto, to be honest, because, I mean, look at these prices.
Everyone's expecting, 2025, and everyone was saying it's 2023, like this is the year. And we start the year and the candles start becoming red.
To see the excitement of the community and the teams and everyone, and then to see how nothing goes to plan. Everything breaks. Everything's different now.
And as the candles become red, everything becomes red with it. It's like it's the most incredible thing to actually see. Positive comments start becoming negative comments. People that are on the club start leaving the club. People start losing money and everything starts becoming quite difficult and sour. But it's not like we haven't been there before. I mean, we've lived through a few of these cycles. But it doesn't matter how many of these cycles you actually live through. When those emotions come back and when the community start becoming what I call salty, it really does have an impact on everybody. Because at the end of the day, we just want people, obviously, to make money. Firstly, we don't want to acknowledge that the market is actually going down because, hey, it's 2023. But then, the reality is settling in that the market is actually shifting. Bitcoin starts breaking from 107K, we skip below 100K, and we start getting these dip offs. But in that period of the market going down, as I say, these salty comments which people throw out on YouTube and that, it's like the community start to blame the hosts, the people that call the trades, like it's their fault, like we're supposed to know what's going to happen.
The OGs used to hide their negative comments, that's a thing. I know it seems like there's like a history there, like something happened in the past or they've learned from experience, and I always thought oh, whatever. But I know that a couple of weeks ago, Sheldon and I just had a one-on-one chat because I could see his mood just dropped, like that day he kind of just clocked out. And the next day when he came in, him and I often have one-on-ones and we just kind of touch base and connect what's going on, where we at, how things running with the teams, where's his mind at. And he just shared with me that the previous day he said he made the mistake of going and scrolling through the comments on one of his ex posts, and this was in the red. It's on a very red day, so you can imagine those comments were, and it hit him hard. And I've wondered, I've never had the chance to really ask him why it affects him so much. Why does it get to him? And
the YouTube comments, the place where faceless avatars can vent their frustrations, and in a bull market, vent their thankfulness. Now, in a bull market, there's nothing better than the YouTube comments because you're a god. You're making them money. They're making money and you're the reason. But one red candle and people who are over leveraged, and they generally are over leveraged, get smashed. And when they get smashed, the comments become nasty. And the reason why they do that is because they can see you, but you can't see them. And if you're hiding behind an avatar that no one knows who the hell you are, then, I mean, just, you can be abusive because there's no consequences. You know, like sometimes I've met people who on Twitter or on YouTube have been extremely like abusive towards me. And then I meet them in real life and they're like completely different, they're warm. And you know how I discovered this? I said to them, give me your Twitter handle. And then like sometimes they don't and sometimes they do. And when they do, I'm like, bro, like, he's like, yeah, but that's Twitter. It's just, that's how people see this thing. Now the thing with the Twitter, the comments is, there was a stage, and I think Sheldon's a lot better now, but there was a stage where Sheldon took these things really personally. So it's like he used to be down because his portfolio was down, and he used to be down because the views were down, and he used to be down because people were getting abusive. But you know, the more down you get, the more your armor is chipped away at.
Yeah, and I made a mistake. I went through the comments. It's not a mistake though. I need to get to a point where I can do it, but.
Man, those comments, that, you know, I don't want to go through but people really, they go as low as they can.
Yeah, the YouTube comments are a double-edged sword because they can be your biggest booster, but they can also fuck you up. They'll kick you when you're down. They'll kick you when you're at your worst. When you're at your worst and at your most vulnerable, they'll just, it's like being shot at with an AK-47. No armor. And each bullet just hits. And it's sore. It's real pain. It's actual real pain.
That just hit me hard again, what people were saying. Because it's not true. Everything they're saying is a lie. They don't even know who I am and what I stand for, and they were just getting really ugly. And it affected me. It put me into a little bit of a bad route again. To a point where I wanted to start running away again. I wanted to start running from shows. I wanted to start running from 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗻. I wanted to start running from everything, because people they just don't think about what they're saying, or maybe they believe it, I don't know. But I went through it and it hit me really hard again, to a point where no one knows this, but I haven't done a live show in 3 weeks. All my shows are pre-recorded. Mentally hurt me.
No one speaks about the psychology of these influencers who are actually trading with real money, showing exactly what they are doing, and the emotional turmoil that comes with that when you've got so many people scrutinizing your every single last move.
Why am I out there every day? Why am I doing this? You know, I can just pack it up and go trade in the back end and go do what I used to do. And it made me start thinking like that. Until I started to see the other side of the comments. And I started to see how people start fighting with these people. And how the sniper community starts to rise up. And they start fighting anyone that said anything about Sheldon. And they start, and I didn't even have to confront comments anymore. My community just started eating these people, and they just started coming in hearts, and they just started like, and I was like, whoa.
To be honest, Matt loves it because he loves getting the community up in arms. He believes it's good for engagement. I always tell him, I see him. I'm watching him, I see. So he loves it. He doesn't. Jason though, OG Jason, hates it. He goes and deletes all the comments. And then you must see in the back end how Matt and Jason will be on each other. And then Matt will be like, no, leave them, they have to fight. You'll see the community fights with us. They'll have our back. And then Jason's like, no, I don't want any negativity in the comments. So it's a fun dynamic, and we've tested it out on so many levels. Obviously the trolls get deleted. Those who just keep on shilling coins get warnings and get deleted. We don't want any of that kind of stuff. Anything that is damaging to the community is not allowed. But the rest, listen, Matthew thrives on it. Sometimes he will even start it. So when you chat to him, ask him about it, he will tell you about all the little fights that he started in those comment sections.
I thought, okay, but wait a second, you know, if these guys are busy trash talking Sheldon, you know, and then we have our diehard fans busy trash talking them, it creates engagement, you know. These guys start fighting with each other and tuning each other, and there's back and forth comments all the time between the two, really. So it's almost like I play this game of trying to instigate, you know, like asking a question. Instead of muting them, I'd rather get everyone to like gang up and bully them and just be like, get out of here, you hater, and like tuning them. And Sheldon, you know, he has the strongest community. He has the most loyal fans. They back him, you know. Now like they just argue with themselves in the comments, you know. And I think when you block the haters and all that stuff, it kind of looks a little bit insecure, you know. It looks like you're trying to hide something. But I think for us, like letting them speak their mind, you know, unless it's something crazy, like if people are being racist or like that kind of thing, and like speaking about countries and politics, and it gets too heated with that, then we'll kind of tone it down. But if people are just trash talking, like let them talk, you know, it's good. The YouTube algorithm, it sees engagements, why not? You know, just run with it.
Like there's thousands of people that care, Sheldon, who gives a crap about anyone that sits in the comment. That's their journey, that's their life. You have thousands to incredible, it can even be 10, I don't give a crap. There are people that love you, Sheldon. There are people that back you through it all, that they know who you are, they know what you push, they know you're not going to quit, they know you're going to get through these chapters. You guys just remember, I'm on the open stage. We all know trading's hard. We all know losing money is hard. Imagine being tracked 24/7. Imagine people eyeballs on you 24/7. Every mistake, everything you do. Imagine not having any privacy. I go to shops, people recognize me. I go to garages. I'm thinking, geez, is someone going to attack me one day? Like, these are all things that are going through your brain.
When the crypto markets are running, everybody wants to be and everybody wants to work in crypto. And nobody cares about how much they're getting paid, because it's just cool to be in crypto. But now in crypto, I would say it's the exact opposite of that. And so what you realize is that most of the people who were here just for the returns and didn't see the big vision, those people have lost their motivation. And not only have they lost motivation, but they've lost a lot of money. Remember when we were here and we were trading, when the market's running, everybody here was trading meme coins. And I'm sure that everyone here got overextended into meme coins. And I'm sure that a lot of people here got wiped. Now, imagine having to go to work every single day when your portfolio has been wiped. You hate crypto. The one thing that keeps me going is that I know that this is temporary. And I know that everybody here who's been here for long enough knows that this is temporary. And that when the recovery happens, it just takes 2 or 3 green candles, and the whole motivation, the whole demeanor, the whole energy, the whole mood in the market, in the office, completely changes. And also remind myself that, and remind the people at work here that 90 days ago, our portfolios were at all-time highs. Like 90 days ago. It's like 90 days. Everything can change in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. And so you've just got to be around when it changes.
Banter is more than just a alpha channel that's going to give you information on the markets. When I'm telling you have a family that have been through war, that all have incredible personal stories, that are here to fight for something bigger, and they can get through anything together, you can make me bankrupt tomorrow, and I'll do it again. You can take away important things in my life, and I'll do it again. And when you have that in your corner, that's what I realized on the journey with Banter.
This is a global market meltdown. This is not about crypto. And when the markets recover, and they will, because markets always recover, sometimes it takes 6 months, sometimes it takes 3 months, and sometimes it takes 3 years, crypto will recover even more, because it's the first time in crypto's history where we've got crypto accepted by the big superpowers of the world.